I think you're gonna like what we're gonna share. I know there's like a lot of thinking, like what is this next Borderlands game? You know, it's gonna be like Battle Royale or something. Battle Royale games are fun. That's not what we're making.
Making pancakes. Making pancakes.
But you know,
Making pancakes. Making pancakes.
Welcome back, guys. This is Arnaldo, a.k.a. Maddog, and this is the real episode 154 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
GG! I thought this was going to go like last week. This is episode 154 minus 10 because somehow we subtracted 10.
Somebody screwed up, I don't know.
The count.
Yeah, the freaking cue cards, they're all messed up.
Oh, no, but you know what happened?
What's that?
You didn't declare it. You didn't declare it as the real episode
yeah. See?
one.
So then I'm forgiven.
So welcome to the GG's The Mouthful podcast, episode 379. We're not certifying that is the right number, but we're just throwing it out there.
Throwing it out there.
There you go. There you go.
Feel free to sift through the old podcast to make any sense of that number. That voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister. What is up, sir?
Well, it is weird to be recording.
It is very weird.
This is podcast hump day, if anything.
Please explain that to everybody really quickly. Thank you.
Humpcast, if you will. We are actually recording this early. It is actually April the 3rd.
April the 3rd.
Oh, abril
Hence
tercero.
a Wednesday, yes.
It's a Wednesday, and like half of the news haven't happened yet.
Yeah. The best part is still to come, apparently.
So wait for part 2, the great finale of episode 150, the real episode 154.
Yeah.
Point 2.
Yes.
to come.
It will come later on in the week.
We have to record early because we have some engagements.
Prior
coming
engagements,
in.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Well, future engagements. Sir.
I know, right? I said prior.
Yes.
Prior arranged.
By the time this reaches your ears, it would have been
It
prior.
already done, yes.
All
There
right.
you go.
I'm
Prior
sorry
arrangements.
for doing that. That's annoying.
No, you're fine. You're fine, sir. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If this is your first time, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone, with all your friends. Please, excuse me, let them know also, please, to leave reviews if you're on listening to iTunes or any type of review on YouTube as well. Also, go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. That takes you right to our Facebook group, and we will welcome you in.
Can you please do us that favor at the very least? Just visit our YouTube and you can just subscribe. You don't even have to watch it. You know, it's not like we post all the time or anything like that. Maybe we'll put the podcast every week, but you don't have to. There's no commitment. I'm a little depressed because my friend, I have a friend and she has 3 daughters, and her 3 daughters have her own YouTube
nice.
channel.
They each have their own. They themselves have
one, and it's little kids doing little stuff and being funny and all that, and they have like over 140 something subscribers. And I happen to know that family ain't that big, so and they managed to do that in like less than a year, a few months.
Here we are at, I'm not sure how we are, but we're not up to that number. That's
no,
for sure.
we are.
It's okay.
We're halfway.
We are, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
But that's okay because it's
somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah. It's all that's important is that you share the podcast because the podcast is where we live and breathe.
It is.
Yeah.
And of course, join the group as well.
Exactly. And participate, subscribe to our Patreon where for the amount of $0.
Yes, because there isn't one right now.
Yeah.
But it is, well, who knows? We'll see.
You can sponsor this child over here, this mad dog, for 1 penny a day. It saves so many mad dogs.
Yes.
So many little mad dogs.
What we normally do, guys, is we go first off into what we've been up to, then move on to various news items, finishing with our hot topic of the week. This week's hot
Hot
topic,
topic.
guys. What does a Microsoft and Nintendo future look like? Yes. They're making moves and shaking things up here and there. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
I'm playing taps.
Yes.
Because it's the end of one of them.
I see what you're saying. Who do you think goes? Well, no, we'll save that for later on the show.
No one has to go.
so
the
to-
future is there's streaming. That's the future.
Yeah.
I tell you who will go. Whoever doesn't stream.
Who doesn't stream?
Exactly. And who's that gonna be? Of course, you all already know. It's gonna be the ColecoVision.
Oh, here we go.
ColecoVision, it's gonna die. You know,
Dream
the
Twister
support is
over
not
here.
there. already.
Twisting dreams for everyone. All right, guys, let's start the show, sir. What have you done in the few days that it's been
my
since the
God.
last podcast?
This is actually very sad. I apologize, guys. I realized I haven't been very active in gaming lately. I like I mentioned last week or a few days ago. I'm in the process of buying a house, and it turns out that even when most of the paperwork is now electronic, there's still a lot of shit that you have to sign
Sure is.
And be on the lookout. And today was appraisal day. I didn't have to be there for it, but I have been there in mind and soul and spirit, because I'm praying that appraisal comes around the amount that I pay, if not more. Because the thing with the appraisal is that, like, I agree on we are, obviously the buyer and the seller will agree on a certain amount. And now the bank's going to check to see, okay, is this house worth it? Is it
Yes.
worth more or is it worth less?
You don't want to be, what is it called? Under,
Well,
I forgot what it's called.
well, if I let's say if the home value, if the home is appraised for less, that's not a reason for celebration. Actually, that's a reason for great concern, because that means that the bank's going to be like, well, we're only gonna lend you up to the amount that the house is, is
Appraised.
worth. But you already agree with the seller to pay this much amount, which could be, I don't know, $5,000. Let's say, for example, it's $10,000 more, just to give you an example.
Yeah.
So now I will have to go into the negotiating table with the seller and see if they'll be willing to bring the price down, which is normally, I mean, that's the right thing. That would be the right thing to do for sellers in general,
Because
but
clearly
you
it's-
can't force them to do that. You can't really force them to do that. I mean, it's still their property, whatever. They could decide, like, no, man, it wouldn't be, I'm personally thinking, now, of course, my opinion is super biased. It wouldn't be prudent for them to refuse, because that means that, hey, we already know the appraisal. You're going to end this deal, and you're gonna have to put your house back in the market, which means that now you're still gonna have to price it accordingly, So you're still gonna appraise, you already know the value of the house. Of course, we have turned this into the real estate podcast. I didn't mean to. I'll end real quick. So, but I don't want to go through any of that. I have done things like as early as possible, because the closing, we're actually closing, if everything goes well, on May 1st. So that's around the corner. I mean, that's less than a month, and I have already gotten a lot of things done. Like, I already got the quotes for insurance. I already got my loan secured. I already have the.
You're already packing.
I'm already packing. Yeah, I'm already starting like early on everything. The inspections have already been done, which, by the way, that actually was a very cool process. I never seen a house inspection done this way, where the guy actually flew a drone.
Oh.
And I was waiting. Actually, I was waiting for. I was gonna post that. I was waiting for footage that he was gonna send me, but of course he's been busy. So he takes this thermal image from of the roof of the house and showing you the hot spots, basically.
Yeah.
And it looks really neat. And of course, it's like $4,000 drone. Which, by the way, he had to get permission from the what's the aviation?
Oh, FCC?
FCC? No, the aviation is FCA? No, the aviation commission. The people that handle you guys.
FCC.
You guys are
Okay.
talking about.
Maybe
No, that's
it
the
is,
Federal Communications. That's the further communication. The one that handles the
The one who
traffic
handles it,
air
yeah.
and tells you, okay, these areas are no-fly zones. And of course, I am relatively close to the airport, not close enough to where it'll bother. What there was going to be noise pollution, but close enough to where it is considered a no-fly zone. So I can use my jetpack, without permission.
Sounds like the no deal to me, sir.
Well,
a home that doesn't allow you to use a jetpack. It's not a home for me.
That's okay. I'm still closer to work, but I can't.
And think of it, you can jetpack to work. No, I'm sorry. Go.
Back to work. Oh, that's true. Damn it! I didn't think of that. I already put my offer. No, but the guy had to actually get permission from, I guess, the tower or something like that. He had to input like coordinates, and then he explained to me like, well, I'm also a pilot in.
So
I'm
he
also a
already
pilot,
is, yeah.
so he knows that stuff. So I'm wondering, like, if I ever buy a drone, do I have to, like, can I fly it here? Would I be able to, or is this really considered a no? You can't fly a freaking drone here. Anything. It was funny because he got clearance for like I guess a few hours to conduct his surveying and all that, and it was it was a cool process because you get to see. Okay, you're falling in love with this house, but now you get to see. Okay, but these are the things that need to be
to be addressed. Yeah,
to be addressed, and they will go. I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't see anything; they will find shit.
Yeah,
they will.
If is one thing I can tell you, realtors hate inspection because they ruin a sale for anybody. Let me tell you,
they could very much, but like, thank goodness there was nothing bad. No deal breakers. Like the roof was fine, and everything else that was like there was a crack in the driveway. Who doesn't have one here in Florida?
Yeah, with all the rain and shit.
Yeah. The worst thing, the only safety hazard was the back of the dryer. Where you connect the dryer, the plug, you can easily remove the cover and expose the
wire.
And that's actually like high voltage.
Yes,
so
extremely. Yeah,
that will fucking kill you.
Wow.
So, but that was the only thing that he marked as a safety hazard. Everything else was cool. So I hope the bank should be okay with that. If not, I'll put a new cover. Who cares? like they asked me, hey, do you have anything that you want the sellers to dispute? I was like, no, man, I'm cool. Everything's good. Just keep the ball rolling. Because I want to make sure this shit goes as smooth as possible. Because I've been educating myself on YouTube. And I've heard some like nightmare stories and things that I want to make sure that I avoid. Like yesterday, I almost spent almost $50 on sending a paperwork overnight, just because I didn't need them to be overnighted, but I wanted to have the peace of mind
that is there,
and that that is there, that has been looked at like early. It had to do with the disbursement of funds. So that kind of stuff had kept me from like sitting down and trying new stuff. Like the other day, you lent me Detroit
Become Human.
Become Human, and I'm excited to play that. Like I really, really want to, but I haven't had a time that I can say, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to relax, and I'm going to watch, and I'm going to play Detroit. So I'll go to my default, which right now is just being the Division 2, and because it's a game that I could play and I can have fun, and I don't want to say shut my mind. I mean, not in the sense of, oh, this is like pointless. Although it is grindy, because of course it's one of those games. But it's not a game that I need to be like super like stressed when I'm playing. So I can play very relaxed. And I mean, I've already talked enough about Division, so there's nothing new. When I hit level 30, I'll tell you if how the end game is. But right now, I think I'm level 27, so I'm right there. And I'm excited to see, because I do want to play that the content that's coming right now, which is the raid.
Oh yeah. Which they just announced recently.
Yeah. I think it's coming. It's coming this month, and I don't think Division has had a raid. I want to see what that is about.
Oh, even Division 1 didn't have it?
Not even Division 1. No, it's always like
strongholds or something.
Missions. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. I haven't even tried the strongholds, because again, I'm just maining the main story. Because I heard on that game, what you want to really do is main the main story first. Don't even worry about doing the secondary quest, because the secondary quest, they kind of not level with you. What's the word? They scale to where you level, to where if you do them at a high, at a higher level, you'll get more experiences. Where the story ones are a fixed amount of experience. Right. So if you just do the mainline story, you could get to level 30, and then you start tackling those little stories to not just to grind. Well, yeah, mostly to grind or to close the gap. If you haven't gotten to 30, for example, that will easily get you there.
Gotcha.
And it'll get you prepared for the raid that's coming. So yeah, man, I'm kind of surprised to that game has kept the interest.
Me too, actually.
So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
so
But that's
so
good
much.
though.
Yeah,
It's a good thing.
Yeah, I
like
think
it.
Armando from the group, he already has his character
Yes.
at level 30.
I saw him
all
post that,
jacked
yeah.
up and
Yep.
and like really cool. And I was playing at his level, like when we played together a couple times, and we were like right there and there.
Yeah.
But like I said, I haven't had time to really sink into it. And because of that, I haven't watched anything either. So
Fair
I
enough,
did get
fair
my
enough.
tickets for Endgame.
We did, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, we
Endgame
got them
tickets
secure.
are purchased and just waiting
Yeah, they're
for the endgame.
that is the Endgame indeed.
It is.
Let me tell you about how difficult it became at one point. It was like the moment the tickets were on sale, I didn't know. I was we were all
posted
at
it in the
work.
group.
Well, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
And I would have expected you to be like, bro, start. Like, leave what
I
you're
honestly
doing."
is like, you know what? We'll get tickets. So I didn't know if I didn't know if for me personally, I didn't know if I was gonna be weekend one because I'm not like that. Me usually. I mean,
No, bro, but
yeah,
this
I
one you
know,
have
I
to.
know.
Someone's gonna escape or is gonna say something that you don't want to hear,
yeah,
and that's gonna
yeah.
be like the end of that person.
That's true.
So,
but
so
yeah, that's why I was
I
just
didn't
like I
wanna risk
posted it, say whatever.
It is what it
and then,
is
yeah.
when it comes. And then I think I actually left the person and immediately started like trying to the person that I was helping out. I
Nice.
mean, the person I was working. I mean, it's I'm doing mostly chat, so it don't matter to me. They can wait for me. The thing is, I was like me and David Gomez. We're like, okay, all right, let's find this place.
Yeah.
Where you want to go? AMC? Okay, let's try AMC. Shit, Fandango doesn't let me go to AMC because
Things have been shutting down.
the app was crashing.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the app, the website.
The website,
The
yeah.
websites were crashing, bro. So you couldn't get AMC. Then okay, let's try Point Orlando. Yeah, Point Orlando would be awesome. Everything full. Everything full. It's like, oh shit, no, and I don't want it to be next week. So let's try Epic. All right, I'll take my app, and I'll check with Epic Theaters, which at least is near my house. It's super far for David, and it's middle of the road for you. And it's okay. I like it has nice reclining.
It does,
chairs and
yeah.
stuff like that. The screen is like it's all right. You've definitely seen better. And the audio, I can almost say same thing. It's
decent,
like
yeah.
it's decent.
It's not the Dolby one like we
No,
went to, yeah.
no, not the AMC
shit is
Dolby
beautiful,
one.
right?
That shit, and also you have the Dolby the Dolby Free Pass Majigger thing.
What do you mean?
Don't you have that club?
Oh no, I haven't signed up for it yet.
Oh,
I
thought
should
you
sign up
did.
for it. No, I want to. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking,
the
oh,
A-list,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, the A-list. I thought you were doing the AMC Movie Pass.
Yeah, AMC, yeah.
Yeah.
Their version of Movie Pass.
The
basically,
version
yeah,
of
yeah.
Movie Pass that actually works. So because then I was feeling bad. I was like, oh shit, I just bought all these tickets now and told them, okay, give me money now. I got your ticket, give me money. No man, but I'm super stoked for that one, and I know
It was funny because you came into the room and it was like,
Oh, yeah, I
dude,
think
you
I-
have 3 minutes. Decide now. I'm like,
Yes.
shit, do it. I was
because
like,
the thing gives you a countdown as you're placing your order. Basically, this movie theater, as in most movie theaters nowadays, you can actually pick where you want to see.
yes, reserve seating.
You can reserve your seat, but it only gives you a certain amount of time to complete the transaction. Otherwise, they have to release it because there are other people waiting.
Correct,
Right?
yeah.
And that was a funny thing. When I selected AMC, like it told me, okay, you're in line to buy this
Oh,
ticket. I'm like, in
damn.
line? What are you talking about? I'm online, so I don't have to be in line. What the fuck?
That says it all.
And it still didn't work.
Yeah.
Whatever. So yeah,
Man,
freaking
freaking Disney is going to be like rolling in this dough, bro.
It's ridiculous.
This is easily $1 billion movie.
This is
I can almost say
definitely.
this may be the one that crosses that $2 billion mark.
Yeah.
I can see it happen.
I think this
Especially
is
if
the
it's
one.
good.
I
I mean, if
think
it's
this is the
like
one.
excellent.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah, I mean, even if it ends up being mediocre, just by virtue of being what it is,
Yeah.
people are gonna see it because after all these years, I don't anticipate that movie to I shouldn't be saying stuff like that. I don't want it.
I don't want it to let me down either.
Yeah, I don't want it to let me down. We've had
But I am,
too many movies already.
Yeah.
That have done
I am
that.
keeping my expectations
Tempered?
in check. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'm not gonna go in there expecting the coming of Christ. You know what I mean? In the form of a film. You know.
But I kind of need to, because the closer we get, it's like, oh man,
No,
I
I'd rather be blown away.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather go in there going, this is just going to be good, and come out going, holy crap, it's an 11. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Because
Because expectations ruin a movie.
Expectations does ruin a movie. It happens to me all the time.
Us-
That's absolutely right.
Us says hello. That's all
Oh
I say.
shit! Yeah, you watched
Us says
Hello.
yes.
You watched Us, and you watched and we watched Glass.
Glass, yes.
Also.
Fuck those movies. Anyway, so I haven't done much. I have continued my trek through Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. I am absolutely loving this game, but dude, it is a challenging game. It is. it is. I told you before. This is parrying the game. I'm not joking. This is parrying the game. I actually posted a picture in the group recently where it's oops all parrying, like instead of the oops all berries.
Yes.
And that is the beauty of it is once you get into the flow of it, and there is a certain battle that I will mention the lady because I'm pretty sure at some point everybody's already run into them. Lady Butterfly, and she is an older woman, which is even more depressing every time she kicks my ass because she is literally an older woman, but. I am loving her fights, even though I've probably fought her already a good maybe 40, 45 times, and I have lost. Okay,
This game is gonna make you the Daigo of Sekiro.
It may,
Good.
because I am noticing that I'm getting better. I mean, it's clear.
Yeah.
You know, at some point you start seeing the your skill develop. And I am noticing that. Now we're having battles where we're literally deflecting each other's hits, deflecting. And it's just like so cool to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, this is so good. It's gotten to the point where the fights have become, even though they're hard, have become really good. To the point where I'm not even upset at her. I'm like, good one.
Okay.
Well,
you were
well
a worthy
done.
foe.
Yeah, well done. Even though she calls me a puppy.
puppy.
You're still well, she says it in Japanese. Something blah blah mada or something like that. I'm like, because I leave it because I think I told you it defaults to Japanese language,
Nice.
which I've left. I'm like, nope,
Perfect.
I don't need
That's
to change it,
perfect.
and it fits ridiculously well.
So let me ask you: when you're fighting and you're doing the part,
They call it deflecting, but yeah.
the deflecting, do you feel like it's coming to you naturally, or do you feel a little bit the struggle of remembering? Oh shit, this is the moment, or are you in the zone?
There are times that I'm in the zone. That's the whole deal. Like I'm in that transition period where I hit the zone every so often, but then I fall out because of a mistake, and then I overcorrect, and then I'm screwed. You know what I mean? And I know it because I'm like, no, I did that.
There's
that was
nothing
that was
worse
my bad.
than realizing. Yeah, there's nothing worse than realizing that you're in the zone. The moment you realize you're in the zone,
You're not in the zone.
you're not in the zone anymore. It takes you out of the zone.
Exactly. And that's the problem because I'm realizing, man, we're actually really, damn it, she stabbed me again. Shit. You know what I mean? So she has this move that, if I'm not mistaken, it's not blockable. It's like a low hit and sweep move. And this is where it catches me all the time is those type of things. You have to back really far away, but with her, you have to jump. You have to just basically jump and she does it. And there's a tell. You know what I mean? It'll let you know when it's about to come, but it comes at the most inopportune time. Huh?
She winks like Mike Tyson.
No.
when you're fighting
It gives
and
like
punch
this
out.
weird Japanese kanji character just floats up real quick, and I'm like, but I'm already in the middle of like a sword strike, and I'm like, nope, I'm
The
already
kanji
dead.
title, what it means, it says jump.
Probably. This is what happens when I can't read Japanese. And I still miss it. I've gotten better where I am jumping, but I just want to jump straight up. And for whatever reason, I'm leaping past her, or, because if I jump straight up, I can land and just like really mess her up. You know what I mean? By hitting her on the way down.
Yeah.
So I am getting better at it, but I was like, okay, I'll be back. You stay here, and I started exploring some of the other areas, and actually made it further. But here's the beauty of it. She is such a good character that she has helped me, has improved my skills so much that I'm doing way better on other ones. There was a literal boss that I fought and beat him on the second try.
Oh,
you know what I
wow.
mean? I was like, I just used the first try just to see what he does. Second try, boom, dead. I'm like, Yes.
She's a good practice master.
Thank you, Lady Butterfly.
When you finally kill her, you're gonna feel bad.
I am gonna
'cause
feel a little
the
bad.
student has become the master.
No, I'm not gonna feel bad.
now,
Fuck that.
now you're gonna be the guy.
See,
You're gonna be the boss. That you know what? That's a great concept to make. You fight a super hard freaking boss, and then when you finally defeat it, now you become that person, and now other players have to try to beat you.
actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Demon Souls may have done that.
Really? Of
where-
course, it'll be the perfect game.
Yeah,
to do
where you would one of the bosses you fought was actually someone controlling the boss.
that. Oh,
So you're
word?
right. You're yeah.
That's
If it was
awesome.
Demon Souls, you guys can correct me and insult me later if you
Man,
want.
Demon Souls needs a sequel.
I don't know.
Not-
I mean, these guys have to pay for exclusivity.
That's
again,
right.
you know what I mean? That's
because
the problem.
This
so.
this was Sony's.
So yeah, I'm still playing that. I'm still loving it. I saw some articles recently. I think Giovanni posted an article and he made fun of the article, which is good because it should be made fun of to an extent, I guess.
What is
It was basically saying that there's nothing wrong with including an easy mode.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And I'm like, no, just get good, man. Come on. You know what I mean? What the hell?
Here's a person that. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah.
So yeah, I saw the article. I skimmed through it just a little bit, and I'm like, and I get it. Yes, because people are for people who are interested in the story, interested in what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to see the end unless you can get through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's such a rewarding feeling
Yeah.
to to make it through, and you earn your way through it.
Yeah.
I was yesterday. I took out it wasn't a boss. It was like a mini boss, something like that. And I'm like, honey, she was telling me something. My wife was sitting near me. She's like, why don't you, she did something, and she was like, why don't you, congratulate me for something? I'm like, honey, you don't understand. I just had to take this thing out. This thing was not easy. You should be congratulating me, And she's
And
just,
meanwhile,
she rolls her eyes and walks
she
away.
graduated magna cum laude.
Yeah,
from something.
exactly.
And you're like, no, you know, the college thing. Come on, you should congratulate me.
Yeah.
I
It's like-
almost beat Lady Butterfly. Almost. This is the closest I've gotten.
This is the closest. That means I'm almost there, honey. You don't understand. So anyway, no, no, I did. So I am still playing that, and I won't bring it up as much going forward. But do know that I really don't. I'm looking at the schedule or the release schedule. There's nothing, dude. I mean, nothing that I see that I'm like, oh no, I didn't play that.
after you beat this one.
No. In the meantime,
Oh.
like I have no reason not to continue playing this game.
Gotcha,
you know
gotcha,
what I mean?
gotcha.
So I can see myself just continuing playing it because there's nothing. Maybe Days Gone, but even then,
Yeah.
I can. That's going to be another open world thing. So even if I buy it, it'll probably just sit there until
When's that coming out?
the end of the month, 26th.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
this one. Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a really big, lapse of nothing, so that I can finally say, "Hey, man, you might want to start into Grand Theft Auto to see."
Grand Theft Auto, it's there. It is literally
You bought
downloaded.
It. You got it.
It's,
Yes,
and it's
I
downloaded
am
and everything.
like, oh my god, on this. Oh,
You understand that the
on this
moment
little gift that you're gonna be receiving tomorrow,
The-
this game, this
The-
fucking game.
you don't understand that the moment I play and beat
Uh,
Grand Theft Auto, you are in a significant deficit
yeah.
because you should be
Now
playing
I have,
The Witcher 3.
I have to now. I will have to. I will have to play Witcher 3 while watching Pulp Fiction on the side. I'm gonna have to. I have no excuse. At that point, it's like, okay, so you have automatically have redeemed yourself from. You are completely forgiven. Like your debt to Metal Gear Solid 4 is completely forgiven. You don't
Hey,
even
Metal
have
Gear
to-
Solid 4, it's not its fault. It's not my fault. Sony wanted to release a $600 console. I said, no, you guys can go screw yourself. I'm not paying that much for a console. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. And then by the time I got to it, it was
Yeah.
way back in the. It was like almost. It wasn't a launch title, but it was almost a launch title.
But it
you know?
had trophies now.
But it's
they
PS3.
they patched trophies later on. Remember?
Oh, I guess I can play it on PlayStation Now.
I bet you
I
could.
probably could. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got too much shit going on.
I know. Yeah.
too much shit going on to go back.
I don't think going back to a PS3 title, as good as he holds out, I'm sure.
I'm sure it does.
Is
yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I did see a movie, a really fascinating movie.
Oh yes. Tell me about
the,
this one because I wanted to watch it too and I didn't.
Yeah, it's called Blindspotting. I should show you the trailer last week.
We saw the trailer last week. Last week we didn't have a trailer of the week, did we?
No, and this is not a recent movie, so
Yeah,
obviously I
that's why we didn't say.
Yeah.
But I watched the trailer of this movie. I was like, okay, now I need to watch this movie.
Because it came down to, it's called Blindspotting,
Okay.
and the reason I brought it up because I had it on my list for so long and I've been dying to watch it. And so this weekend, I was like, that's good. Let me just, we got extra money. Fuck it, we'll just pay for it, right? And we put it on, and dude, it is really, really good. It's an independent. It falls under independent type movie. Okay, it stars Daveed Diggs. I know him as one of the original actors in Hamilton, the Broadway musical. And basically, what it is, he is the gist of the story is he is on his final few days of probation for something that he did, and obviously he can't mess up because he can just go back to jail. And of course, the beauty of this story is that it always takes the last few days and all hell's going wrong here. You know what I mean? So
hit the fan.
Yeah. And but it does start off pretty early where he witnesses a police officer gun down a defenseless person on the street. And of course, that throws his life into a cycle, essentially. It is extremely well acted. The best part of it is how just relatable every it is. It's like we all have. So one of his main issues is he has a best friend, and his best friend is always doing bad things. You know what I mean? And he himself isn't the one doing it, but it's always kind of getting him into trouble and stuff like that. And of course, people always told him, man, you should really just not hang with him anymore. You know what I mean?
Cut that friendship
Correct,
out.
correct. But it's his
Not
best
healthy.
friend that he literally grew up with. It takes place in Oakland, California.
Yeah.
He grew up in Oakland. So it's difficult, and I can relate because
that's what people tell you about me. It's
no.
David, it's like
No.
he's on bad steps. You should really cut it with him. He's holding you back.
No,
I am aware of
not
the
even
rumors.
close,
all
sir.
right?
Not even close.
I'm aware.
However, we've all had someone like that in our life, and if you have not, it's because you're that person. So, that's the truth right there. So, but no, seriously, we've all had somebody. And I've had some, which I unfortunately I don't speak to them anymore.
Yeah.
And it just, in our case, we just grew apart. But I remember the desire to say, no, he's cool. It's all right. He'll get things together, and I want to be there for him. And stuff like that.
You want to be a bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But some people are just toxic, even when they don't mean to be.
Right.
And in this case, that's obviously there's something they run into. The story also includes the, I'm going to say this wrong, gentrification, gentrification of Oakland, which is slowly but surely happening. It's happened in many cities. The one I know for a fact is Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn used to be ghetto, bro. I mean, Cypress Hill, the rap group, was from there, and it was all whatever back in the late 80s, early 90s. Now you go to Brooklyn, and it's upscale, and it's got, what I mean? The apartments cost $2,500 a month just to be, and it's become that. And that's how a lot of these inner cities go. But the problem with that is, as that happens to that city, the lower income people get moved out. They're literally getting pushed out little by little.
Yeah.
So that's a concern with a lot of cities, and that's also an aspect of the movie. But it is really, really good. It's in your case, sir. It's important to know that while things do get settled, they may not be settled in a certain way that you may be expecting.
So does it have an ending?
It does have an ending.
Okay, then I'm fine. Say no more.
It does have an
I
ending.
will watch it.
There's also, and I won't say what it is. I won't say it. There is a scene that to me was an amazing scene. However, it's such an odd scene. It's just you almost go, how the hell did this even work? You almost go. The movie has a little bit of don't sorry to bother you. Has a little bit of that weird moments especially when they're doing flashbacks, or sometimes when he's kind of having a little bit of dream sequence.
When they're playing with reality.
Yeah. So it has weird moments like that.
Yeah.
And it has this one moment till the end where, like I said, I mean, it shouldn't work. And at first, as it was happening, I was going, ooh, this is not going to work. You know what I mean? But then it works, it works, and it's just like, man, this is such a good, this is such a good thing.
Because let me tell you, sorry to bother you, had a thing where you were like,
it shouldn't work.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Oh my god! What's happening? But I
Exactly,
personally think it's super Lancet.
It's not.
I love
it's
that
not
movie.
like that, but it's still. It just.
I wish it was like that.
It did. No, it's not like that, but it is definitely a
Oh.
moment that nowhere else in the movie
Yes.
did you see this coming. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, very very cool. Highly recommended. I've actually seen like replayed because you can actually find it on YouTube, and I've replayed the scene several times just to watch it again. It's really really good. And then it's just well written. It's a well written. It's also written by both the two friends, David Diggs and his friend. I can't remember. They actually grew up together, and it was written together. They wrote the movie together. They didn't direct it. They got a director for it, which is good because the director they got is really good. And so anyway, I enjoyed it. I can definitely recommend it. Wouldn't mind watching it again. So it's really good.
Is that okay?
Yes, and
from the moment that I saw that trailer, I wanted to watch it. And to be honest, today would have been the day, when my wife arrived from school. We would have, sat down and watched it. But other things got in the way. But definitely, that's on my list of like immediate watch.
And let me know, sir.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think. Because like I said, it's gonna be one of those things you go, "Woo, that's is that what we're doing? All right, I guess we are." But then once you're in, you're like, okay.
Oh, they already spoiled it for me. It turns into anime. I know already.
Hey.
It worked. However, it worked as an anime.
Exactly. Anime works in all occasions. Just look at Kill Bill.
Well, yes, definitely Kill Bill one. Yeah.
And that, sir, is all I've been doing. At some point, I started asking myself, maybe I did miss something. But no, I did.
There was nothing revolutionary.
There was nothing. Yeah. Everything that they said here, you might have missed this, you might have... Nope, I got all that.
Why is she wearing a jockstrap on her face? What I want to know.
It's a he, first off.
Yeah.
And he's basically wearing a mask, and his face is burned. Like it's.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see it in the trailer. There's not.
Yeah.
There's no spoilers there, guys. By the way, I'm talking about Us, and we're about to spoil. No, we're not.
No. No, we're talking about us, like him and I.
Him and I, yes.
My face is burned.
Wear a mask,
and he wears the mask.
Yes.
And
not sure how that works, but sure.
Yeah, sure.
However, it is time, guys, for our trailer of the week. This week's trailer, guys, believe it or not, is Joker, coming from the DCEU.
It is very believable. Oh, wait a minute. Is it from the DCEU or just DC? Is this gonna be?
I'm sure this is DCEU, sir.
So it's tied to the happenings.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, that's probably not. No,
Yeah,
I take that back.
okay. This is a spin-off.
This is a one-off, maybe. Yeah.
Kind of like a Logan.
Because that's still tied to the.
No, Logan is tied.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's still tied.
This is like completely separate of.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes. Joker. Wow. That
Starring,
first of all.
Yeah.
Starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes. As the titular character.
Yes. Which from movies like Her.
Yes, one of my favorite movies. Yes.
Yeah, and
not yours.
I didn't like it, but I can't say even the movies that he's done or at least that one that I can remember. I didn't like the movie, but I appreciate his acting.
Definitely.
Like he was phenomenal. Like he was really good.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I guess I'm in a phase that I'm trying to be a little bit more open-minded about these movies. Of course, I'm still gonna hate movies that don't have an ending. All right, so you're not gonna change my mind about
that's a deal breaker.
Wonk Among Us or It Follows or whatever the hell was that. No, but movies like Her, I'm willing to rewatch again to see if I like. Okay, all right, I can understand what they were trying to say. That's why when we're talking about Us, I haven't heard anything like fantastic other than professional critics evidently they have been loving it.
They're all over it.
Like you watch it. I asked a friend from Puerto Rico, And she was like, "Man, it's like everybody." And David also like,
Yeah.
he was like, "Man." So,
But like I said, I feel that I'm not going to bring up Us again, but the last thing I'll say about it is I feel like now that I know what it's trying to do, if I were to rewatch it again, I may appreciate
might
it a little
still
bit
be-
more.
yeah.
I'm not going to say it's only going to change it because unfortunately, first impressions will ruin it.
right.
However, my first impressions of Joker are that this looks to be it doesn't look to be the typical DC fare.
Right.
And I think that's good and also concerning. Concerning
I am not
because
concerned at all.
oh no, I would be concerned because this is still DC. It is still Warner Brothers.
True. Yeah.
And they
Right.
have one good movie. I haven't seen Aquaman, so I can't include that yet.
Aquaman's good.
Two good movies. I did like Man of Steel and Wonder Woman.
And Shazam.
And
Evidently.
I haven't seen that, so
Yeah.
I can't grade that. But
Yeah.
yes, evidently that seems
Evidently,
to be
that has been having some good
their
vibes.
track record on the other hand. They're either good or they're just really really bad.
really,
yeah,
really
yeah,
bad,
you know
yeah.
what I mean. So
That's precisely what I was asking you. Oh, wait a minute. Is this tied up to that universe, or is this its own thing? Because I know that the Joker from this, or what they tried to tie to this universe,
Is
which
different.
right now is being rebooted,
Yes,
was
yes.
the Joker from Suicide Squad, which was, it was not great.
no.
It had
Very little.
like I saw a potential, but evidently it fizzled out the moment he was introduced.
He wasn't at all scary. He
No.
wasn't any of that. Here it appears like they can go that route. Here's what I do like about the trailer. Somebody did post that it seems to tell you the entire movie. Maybe more.
The
or
trailer
less.
itself?
Yeah.
Oh, the trailer itself.
Yeah.
Well, as trailers do nowadays.
They do. However, is it a surprise that he becomes the Joker at the end? No, that's the point of the freaking movie. So how he gets there, it could be many of those things. What we don't see, and I will not watch any other trailer because I do not want to see it. We don't see the level of crazy that we've come to expect. And I hope that, not that I need to see crazy, but obviously if we're talking about the Joker, he has to be the maniacal Joker that we know. Otherwise, what are we doing? What's the point of this?
He's a Joker.
Exactly.
Right.
He's just some other crazy guy.
The trailer doesn't. The trailer, I guess, if anything, this doesn't necessarily need to be called a teaser, because they announced that as a teaser, but it's a 2-minute thing.
It's a full trailer.
But if anything, what it teases is the fact of what he could become. You don't know. You expect it to be the typical Joker that we know, or a variation that makes sense. Because from the trailer, like my wife saw it and it was kind of depressing. It was kind of like I don't know if that's what she felt, but she was saying that it was a little bit too sad, which I loved. And I don't. I tell you, I don't like.
You don't like sad movies.
Watching movies to be sad, but when it comes to the story of the Joker, I am ready. Like I already know the origin stories of Tim Burton's Joker, of the Dark Knight Joker.
We don't know
what's
his origin story.
Oh well, I guess you don't really. I guess it's not an origin story per se, but I know that type of I know the Joker that he's portraying, which is not too far from the Jokers that we have already seen.
Yes.
So with the exception of the Suicide Squad Joker, which I haven't seen and I don't have an interest on seeing.
No, this
But this one,
not even free. Don't even bother watching it free.
this one, I'm hoping that it'll go into something a little bit more like psyche.
Psychological.
Psychological. Yeah. Something like a little bit more in depth. Like I don't need. I'm okay with this movie being like very dramatic and not being the explosion and Joker.
It doesn't need to be.
It doesn't need to be any of that because we have seen that already on the other, on the other Jokers. So I do like the idea of seeing like. Remember this movie that we saw, another Joker's origin almost, The Killing Joke.
Oh yeah.
The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke shows you a man, a normal man that was transformed because of the circumstances of his failures, his circumstances. I believe he was a comedian. He wasn't doing very well. How that ended up being.
A wife and a daughter, and
The Killing Joke. The version that I saw was the animation, which was was fine. I enjoyed it, but I understand that in the
the
graphic novel,
mhm.
it is like exponentially better. So now watching this trailer, like I want to see that. I don't mind seeing because first of all, I don't think this is the Joker that we will see a Joker 2.
No,
I don't
yeah.
think it's gonna
This
be.
should
This
be
is not a
yeah.
franchise, or it should not be DC. DC, fucking serious. This better not be a stupid franchise because fucking on a world where you were born. I'm okay with seeing like not just an origin story, but a whole life. Like I don't need this story. I don't need Batman here. It could just be a what if story, just like we're about to watch or we're about to see a story of what's it called? Fire, burning bright, fire bright. The Superman one. Not the Superman, but
it's called Bright. I think it's something Brightburn.
Brightburn. Yeah. Which is like a take on. What if the story of Superman, of this kid that came in and with his powers, this alien that came in, basically, what if he took a different turn? What if he took a very dark turn?
What if he was just mean? Yeah.
Yeah. What if he was just an evil being that he was indestructible because he's like a super, evil kid now.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I'm not saying they should do that with Joker, but I do want. I'm ready to see a different take. I'm ready to see the life and death of the Joker. If it needs to be.
I honestly, I think they have the potential based on the trailer. They have the potential for a very good film. My only concern is this: there are pitfalls when it comes to telling an origin story, particularly on a character that doesn't have a set origin story. For instance, one of the things that was already backlashed against Batman was the origin story that was told in Batman vs Superman, where the one who played his father. So you see a flashback we shouldn't even see him because we already know his origin story. But that's beside the point. You see his father get essentially mugged, but he reacts in a very, very different way that any of the other interpretations is that he immediately jumps to fight when the other were more protective of the family, trying to protect the wife, trying to protect the son. Like if you look at the one from The Dark Knight, he goes, just take it. No, you're fine. Don't worry. Yeah. We're good. Just here, you take it. And the guy still shoots the mother and the father. Here you have a much more combative father. So that rubbed people the wrong way on an origin story we've seen a million times, right? So here, this is a character many people feel that doesn't need an origin story because it can dilute the character or it can ruin the character in some ways. I mean, it may not ruin it, but it can definitely alter him a little bit. And that's the pitfall that they have is like if they're going to do this, they need to do it correctly in the sense that you don't affect the character in the end. By giving them a story that maybe you will always look back to, but it will always be there going, man, you remember that stupid, whatever. It really made no sense.
But for a movie about him, I can be argued that you still want to see his origin.
No. I know. So I'm saying if you're doing that movie, then that's what you need to do. Yeah. But the pitfalls is what I'm referring to say they have to be careful because if they do it wrong, it can really go wrong. You know what I mean? And,
that's it in the sense of if this is
this is DC and Warner Brothers again, and that's why I'm like your track record so far.
I understand that, but I'm saying if this is supposed to be its own universe, and this ends up being a back movie, like who cares? This is not establishing a character that will continue.
People who are fans of the product,
true.
Who cares?
I get that, but they can just reboot it with something else. Or they can just not saying that they do a Joker movie again, but it's like, okay, well, this was just a take on the Joker, and who cares about it? It's not establishing like, okay, this is the canon Joker that we're gonna use for our universe. This is just a side story. And as a side story, I'm okay with it being like completely different, completely off, and like I said, not even having the vestiges of Batman. Or if you want to,
I don't think it. If I'm not mistaken, I remember hearing that there is no one else.
Yeah,
it is all about him.
Yeah,
if he exists in the world, it's for you to determine if he does or doesn't.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he may not. Remember, this may be Joker. I mean. Bruce Wayne may be a child at this point in the story, so it may be way before this even gets to that point.
Yeah.
I do know for a fact that it's not going to include him at all, which is fine.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
It is fine. However, like shows like, for instance, Gotham. Thank you. Gotham has a Batman-less show, right? And again, when not done right, you're left with
That
I don't
is-
like Gotham. And I hear everybody who likes Gotham, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, me
Okay.
too.
I tried. I went through 6 episodes because I really, really wanted to like this show. And I was like, my God, is this not good? And I just stopped. I was like, nope. And for some reason, the show's still going. So I'm like, who is watching this crap? You know what I
Well-
mean? And then good shows get taken off. I'm not gonna go there.
Well, and talk about a Joker that I'm like, wait, what? Like that interpretation of Joker on Gotham. If
Oh,
we're gonna
yes.
talk about, he is when I say he's a creep show, he is literally the creepy guy from the Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's literally that.
Yeah.
It's literally that. So I looked at that and I was like, oh yeah, I see your point. This is where they can actually go very, very, very,
Very
very
wrong.
wrong.
Yes.
Well,
And
for
that's
the-
already getting God knows how much backlash.
right.
You know what I mean? It
I would imagine.
can go wrong.
Yeah.
And from what I see in the trailer, I can definitely say that I am more hopeful than I was before because I can see the
tone.
the tone
There's
that
a
they
tone.
use. Yeah,
There's a
And I'm
particular tone that I
can-
like, too.
And then of course on top of that, Joaquin Phoenix is great.
Yes.
he
Yes,
is,
he is.
great, and and I wasn't sure of the take that he was going to do, and now that I see it, I'm like,
Oh yeah,
okay,
I am
see
super down
where-
with that. Yeah, yeah. I was.
And he's also, if anybody doesn't remember him playing a villain, he played Commodus in the movie The Gladiator. Or Gladiator. He played the king. I don't know if you saw Gladiator, but so he can be evil and he can be mean. So I look forward to.
He could be a cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah. On this trailer though, it doesn't show any of that. It basically shows an abused, Joker for that matter,
An abused
or
person,
or
yeah,
abused person. Does Joker has a name? I forget.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
There was in the killing.
He's not like Edward Nigma.
No. In the Killing Joke, they mention, if I recall, a name, but I don't think. No, it wasn't the Killing Joke. The Batman the Animated Series had an episode. I think it was called Mask of the, no, it was an episode. It was a movie, Mask of the Phantasm. This was the 1990s series, and they had sort of an origin story there for the Joker, and that person did have a name. He also did have a name in what's his, the one with Michael Keaton. His name was Jack. Jack.
Batman. One of the Batman.
Yeah, the Batman with Michael Keaton. He had a name. He was
What was
Jack
his name?
something. Jack.
Nicholson.
No. Yeah. No, it was Jack something else. But yeah, God, it's slipping my mind. But anyway, the point is, he did have a name at that point. I don't know if that's canonical. I don't know if that was made for the movie. The version of him falling into the vat of acid and his skin turning white is also portrayed in the Killing Joke.
In the Killing Joke,
And so it doesn't look like obviously they're gonna go with that craziness here. It just looks like someone who like the one like not Michael, like the Dark Knight version, where he just looks like he snaps and he puts on makeup.
Yeah.
So,
You know what? Now that we were talking about DC, version movies like that, and not that I'm hoping that they start doing this, they start taking villains and they just
Making
dedicate a
movies?
movie out of them. Although you can see it, because when I saw this idea, I was like, holy shit, I didn't know that I wanted this, but I am fucking completely down with this. And this is just an idea. This is just this is the actor saying, not necessarily anything announced, obviously, but James McAvoy? Is
James
that his name?
McAvoy, yeah.
McAvoy? Yeah.
He plays Xavier in the newest X-Men.
And of course, he is the Beast in Glass, or the
Horde.
The Horde.
Yeah.
Thank you. He plays the Horde. Fantastic, right? How would you like him playing the Riddler?
Oh, I'll be okay with that. Yeah,
I'll be
okay.
super down with
I'll
that.
be okay.
Him playing the Riddler,
Yeah.
I'll be like super fucking down with that.
The Riddler has been portrayed in many, many different ways.
Yes.
So in the comics.
Right.
So I would be down with that because he can be definitely I'd be down. I can accept that. Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot.
I would be cool with
Yes.
that. So that's our trailer week, guys. Joker. I'll make sure to post that along with the group post of this episode. So let's move on to the Mouthful's fresh pick.
Take it, 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 This is supposed to be the song from the Wii channel. If you don't like it, go to hell. And if you do, then might as well.
Nice.
Kind of nice.
All right. Oh, man. All right. Let's start here. We've got Anger Force Reloaded for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Anger Force. That's a weird name.
That is a weird name. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid comes
What?
to PlayStation 4. I mentioned
Huh?
it last week, and I had to go back and look. I was like, it came out to Xbox One and Switch last week. So they have a whole week of exclusivity on that one, guys.
A whole week of exclusivity. Well,
I hope you didn't pay much for that. I'm just
PlayStation
saying.
didn't want to do crossplay, so the
This is
developers
true. Very true.
downplayed
They say, you know what? You're going to get it a week late.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, Darksiders War Mastered comes to Switch. Serious Sam Tormento comes to PC. Jetstream comes to PC. Borderlands Game of the Year comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Why not Borderlands 2?
Why indeed?
Yeah.
Why not Borderlands
Why would
2?
you go with the not so good one?
Probably, yeah, I know. It's like the remaster of original Borderlands. Well, you have Borderlands 2. Who wants to play original Borderlands?
Exactly. It's like nobody went back anyway.
no,
Yeah. I don't
no.
know.
I played Borderlands when Borderlands 2 was coming out. I was excited. I was playing Borderlands as much as I could, but at some point I was like, man, I am just like I'm almost
Borderlands
done. Yeah. And it's not terrible. It's just fucking Borderlands 2, bro. that came out.
It
Why
is.
not that?
Exactly. Here's a good one. Bow to Blood. Last Captain Standing comes to PlayStation 4,
Oh,
Xbox
Bow to
One,
Blood.
and PC. I
Okay.
don't know why they chose that name.
I feel like not developers, but publishers are just picking random names. It's
they
like,
have a random name generator. That's what
Exactly.
they're using, yeah.
The Star Gutter of Blood 3. The Burninator.
And it's still the first one.
Yeah, exactly.
Shadow Blade Reload.
There you go. You see?
Not Reloaded. Reload.
Shadow Blade
comes to
Reload.
Switch. Guide comes to PC.
That's it?
That's it. It's basically a game for your. It's a TV guide.
It's
is
a
what
guide.
It is.
Oh, I thought
That's
it was
what
a
that
guide
is.
on how to use your Switch.
It could be. Yeah. Hob comes to Switch. The Friends of Ringo Ishikawa comes to Switch.
Okay.
Overwhelmed comes to Switch. Pitfall Planet comes to Switch. Royal Advisor comes to Switch. Sephirothic Tales.
Sephiroth.
Yes.
Damn.
Sephirothic Tales. This is the story of Sephiroth, guys.
This is the origin story of Sephiroth.
comes to Switch.
Yes.
This is the origin story.
Martha.
War Theater comes to Switch. Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission comes to PC and Switch. Yet another Zombie Defense HD comes to Switch.
Yet another one.
Yet
of those.
another one. That's literally his name. Monster Theater comes to. There's a lot of Switch games coming out here, also known as shovelware.
Shovelware for the Switch.
I don't know.
We're
It may
gonna
not
have to
be.
start like maybe cutting because I feel like almost like who cares about some of this title?
I mean, I honestly
We
read them
mentioned
because
them
some of the
because we-
funny names here.
yeah.
That's really why I stick to
yeah.
them. But Zombie Scrapper comes to Switch.
Sunday Crapper. Okay.
Godly Corp comes to Switch, and then finally Killer Chambers comes to PC.
All right, give me your best random generator name that is not a sequel.
That is
And
that is
go.
not a sequel. The Path of Enlightenment. I don't know. That's
The Path- there
that's
you go.
probably already out there
All
somewhere.
right. All right. I have Kill Wish.
Kill Wish.
There you go.
Wow.
not Death Wish.
No.
Because evidently that would be too derivative.
That would be
Kill
That would
Wish.
be.
There you go.
Our fresh pick, guys. Honestly, I can only go with Darksiders. Really, it's
The Joker.
just go back to Darksiders, and then yes, stay tuned for the Joker.
Yeah. No. Please, guys, this will be a fun game to play. Give us your take on your favorite video game name generator.
Yes.
Just make up something up, but it has to sound like a game.
Yeah.
Like
Not just a random collection of words.
Yeah, exactly. Give me, Blood Gutter 13. No, not. It can't be a sequel. So
I mean, it could be
Blood
if you
Gutter.
think it would merit a sequel.
Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go.
If you think you got such a good name that you
know.
can't wait for the sequel, there you go.
Really, guys, this is the last game 13.
Nice. All right, guys, let's move into some news items. I will start here with
Because I'm not ready.
PlayStation 4's free PS Plus games that are coming to April this year, and they're out now, apparently.
Yes, please.
First and foremost is The Surge, which is a science fiction RPG heavily inspired by the Dark Souls series and takes place in a grim dystopian future where the world has been ravaged by war and environmental diseases. Robots and clones make up the majority of the workforce, so the humans who are left must fight to survive while wearing exoskeleton implants intended to boost speed and strength. This game was, I don't want to say mediocrely. It's
was
sixes and sevens.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
It was. It was not what it was trying to do because it was trying to be Dark Souls with guns, but very close to that Dark Souls system, you know. And it looked interesting, but evidently it didn't really stick. So
No. It did merit a sequel because Surge 2, I think either came out or is coming out.
it's coming out. Yeah, it's
yeah.
coming out probably because I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything.
And then there's only 2 guys for PlayStation Plus because of the recent changes. There is Conan Exiles, an open world survival adventure set in the universe of Conan the Barbarian. You play a customizable character who has been rescued by Conan and must now explore the harsh world known as the Exile Lands.
So lots
This
of movies and head chops. That's what I remember by Conan.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The Destroyer or the Barbarian?
I think they all had. No, didn't they all have?
They all had. No,
Yeah.
I'm asking like which one's the better one, the Destroyer or the Barbarian?
I don't know, dude. Literally,
I think
literally decades ago. I can say now, in my age, I
Guys,
saw that
tell
movie
me.
decades
Tell
ago.
us which one, Conan the Destroyer or Conan the Barbarian, or was there even in those 2 movies, or am I making it up?
Yeah, Conan the Destroyer,
Uh-huh.
Conan the Barbarian, and there was a third one.
Yeah, Kroll.
No, not Kroll.
Hey,
Although,
what's up
yeah.
with Kroll?
Well,
Although,
yeah.
come on, be legit.
And then finally, we have, of course, April's Xbox Games with Gold, guys. First and foremost, during the first half of the month, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the 2005 Xbox shooter from the now defunct Pandemic Studios,
Oh, jeez.
will be available for free.
Are you serious? They're not even getting the new one?
No.
God, I was wondering, like, wait a minute, that's an EA game, really? They secured the license? Oh, no, wait a minute. They're giving you the really old one.
They
I mean,
are.
I guess you can argue they're giving you the good one. the good one of those.
I guess that's true. You know what? So in that case,
So in that case, I guess it's
enjoy,
fine.
guys. Yeah.
No bad.
Also, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2, which
Wait.
was originally released on Xbox 360 in 2007.
I was going to ask, yeah, I remember. I owned that game.
Yes,
And that game was great, but really, they're going that far back?
they sure are.
Wow.
Speaking of Xbox One, their first free game will be The Technomancer from 2016, sci-fi action RPG from French studio Spiders, and Outcast Second Contact is the 2017 remake to the cult classic from 1999. And that is it, my friends.
I have. You didn't mention the freebies on PC.
Oh, no, by all means.
All right. So.
Oh, that's right. There are. Oh, no. Just
there are if you have Amazon Prime.
if you have emulation. Yes, I got it.
No, not emulation. Although emulation too. Amazon Prime members can get this 4 PC games for free on Twitch. If you're an Amazon Prime member who is not taking advantage of the included Twitch Prime benefit, now is a great time to check out the perks of this streaming platform's premium service. For Nintendo, if you guys remember, or actually, I don't think I brought this up, and that was kind of, I mean, not huge, but it was interesting that they did this. For Nintendo, they recently announced that Twitch Prime members can claim a free 3 months of Nintendo Switch Online, and after 60 days, can get another 9 months for free if you're a Prime member. So you're basically getting a year's worth of Nintendo Online service for free. You know, not that it's super expensive or anything like that, but you know, it's nice. Nobody offers you like free PSN time. You know, that I know of. So games that are going to be available for April are going to be Her Story, which is a video game that plays more like an interactive movie.
Yes.
I think this will be definitely your jam.
Yes, I might have to do that one.
You watch video clips from
Even though it's on PC, whatever.
no, but if there's a game that is
I know,
kind of tailored to play on PC,
It will
it's
probably
one where
play better than
when
you,
it looks
yeah.
like you're making an investigation, where you make when it's one where you're looking like you're sifting through interview videos, you know. So basically, you watch video clips from a fictional police interviews created with live action footage with a woman named Hannah Smith, whose husband has gone missing. Your goal is to piece together clues and solve the case. So that's interesting. I'm definitely gonna tag that one. Inner Space is an exploration. Inner Space is another game. It's an exploration flying game set in a universe where planets are inside out of, and gravity pulls you towards. It pulls you outward rather than inward. Another freebie is a game called Juggernaut, a co-op platformer with auto-running characters that must quickly switch back and forth to navigate color-coded puzzles. And finally, Keep in Mind Remastered. Keep in Mind Remastered.
Okay. This sounds like a Switch game.
A horror adventure where you play as a man named Jonas, who is forced to face his demons in a shadowy mirror world. Thought-provoking and creative, these 4 indie titles are worth checking out. So yeah, and it's not difficult to claim those, basically.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. My next piece. Sony Interactive Entertainment updated its PlayStation Store cancellation and refund policy this week, giving the customers the option to receive refunds on pre-orders and on content deemed faulty.
So in other words, they have finally catch up to normal standards, because why would you not be able to get a refund on a pre-order, for crying out loud? You haven't even opened or played the title. That is ridiculous, Sony. So welcome to 2019.
Hey, at least they're doing it.
Well, at least they're doing it. It's not really,
I mean, they could stop. I mean, obviously, it hasn't. No one's. Has anybody really?
Has anybody called them out?
Yeah,
is what I,
I wonder. I was like, has anybody said anything about this?
You don't hear anything because
it's just to be expected.
Well, yeah, exactly. Sadly, it is the norm.
I remember I purchased Strider, the remake, Strider, and I accidentally got the PS3 version when I wanted the PlayStation 4.
Oh, yes.
And so, luckily at the time, I had both the PS3 and PS4 still hooked up.
Yeah.
But I was still a little bummed because I was like, I kind of wanted to play this on my new PlayStation 4, guys. And they wouldn't do any. I'm like, I'm not asking for the money back. I just want you to take this one back and give me this one.
And they were like, nope.
I'm sorry, we can't do that. I'm like, whatever.
There's no reason they couldn't.
According to, I know there's no reason. According to PlayStation new cancellation policy, customers can request a refund on any pre-order purchase up until release day, provided that you have not started downloading or streaming it yet. After the release date, customers can still request a refund up to 14 days after payment was taken for the pre-order, provided again that you have not started downloading or streaming the content to your device. Customers can request refunds on other purchases, including full games, downloadable content, themes, avatars, season passes, all within 14 days. If you started to download or stream the purchase content, you are not eligible for a refund unless the content is faulty. The support website does not specify what constitutes as faulty, but I'm sure it'll be on a case-by-case basis.
I'm sure that, let's see, if suddenly shuts down your PlayStation 4 while you're playing, chances are that's faulty.
There would be so many Anthem returns. I'm just saying.
I didn't say anything.
It was shut. I didn't say anything either. I'm just saying. JS, guys. Sony's refund policy change is going into effect at the same time that the company is updating how it handles digital purchases through third parties. Starting April 1st, which is already passed, Sony will no longer allow retail partners to sell download codes for PlayStation 4. That's something actually happened last week. We didn't report on it because it didn't really seem like that big of a deal. But in combination with this, I'm like, okay, moves are being made.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they still don't match something like the Steam, which will let you still return the game after I believe it's 2
2
hours
hours?
of play. But in the Steam case, it's kind of understandable that it has to be that way because in order for you to find out if it's gonna work or not
You
on
gotta
your
try it,
particular
yep.
play, you gotta try it. Yeah. So
Here,
too bad if your
you have
game
the
is short.
same. You have the same
Less than 2
PlayStation
hours.
everybody else has.
Yeah.
If it works on theirs, it's gonna work on yours.
It should. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, to the surprise of absolutely no one, because this leaked, like super leaked, and it was ridiculous. I'm not even going to report on how it leaked, but because it's already announced. Borderlands 3 launches on September. Stop me if you heard this. The PC version is an Epic Store exclusive. Gearbox
Well,
has
it's the first time I'm hearing this.
Gearbox has officially announced the worldwide release of Borderlands 3. As one of this week's Borderlands 3 leaks has suggested, the game is indeed out in September. Borderlands 3 will be available September 13 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC exclusively through the Epic Store on PC. The PC version will see a release on other storefronts in April of 2020. So a year exclusivity for reasons that we should by now be used to. Of course, the developers trying to gain as much money.
Yes.
The developers, no, the publishers. And the developers.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Because of the revenue split in Epic Store,
Epic. Yeah.
it's a lot more favorable than the revenue split on a
Everywhere
Steam, for
else,
example, or a Uplay or anything else. Yeah, I mean, they should. Side note. It's time for Valve to take some sort of stance. It's time for Valve
I don't
to
think
do.
it's. I don't.
The
whole deal is that they're. Here's what they're doing. Yes, these are the pre-orders and everything. They have to see the ultimate line, and when they get towards the next quarter or maybe the next half or maybe at some point, because they're just ending their fiscal year. Most companies are ending their fiscal year now, so it's difficult to say how this is impacting. They have to see a good portion of it, and if it does, then I can see them making.
Well, that's what I'm saying. More and more titles are becoming
exclusive over there,
exclusive. So at some point they're gonna have to react because they might be sitting comfortably now, but does that mean that they should just remain stationary?
No, it shouldn't. But they're not going to until there's a reason to.
Yeah. Well, they should. I mean, I might argue that the reason is they're already slapping them in their faces. But
they're too asleep at the wheel. I mean, we're still waiting for Half-Life 3.
Lol. So Borderlands 3. There's some new characters from Borderlands 3. I don't know if you saw that trailer, but Mosey or Mose, I don't know. Mose, Amara, Flak, and Zane are 4 new Vault Hunters. As expected, each character is also a different class with a unique playstyle and skill. Mose or Mosey, whatever the hell is the name, is the gunner capable of calling in a mech called Iron Bear. So kind of like Titanfall-ish kind.
Mm-hmm.
So and then the other ones are whatever they are. I haven't actually. They're not reporting on that, but I'm sure it's out there.
Yeah.
The Siren this time around is Amara, whose powers include. Here it is. Whose powers include Ethereal Fist, as seen in the trailer, and it's kind of cool. What she does, like she does this pose where multiple hands by the side, kind of like in the Shiva position, the goddess, the Indian goddess.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really cool.
Or Dormammu. Doesn't Dormammu have a bunch of arms too? Sure.
If he helps you.
Yeah.
Flak and Zane are potentially two most interesting. Flak, spelled FL4K, is a new Beastmaster class who can tame wild beasts and utilize them in combat. And Zane is an operative, basically Borderlands version of Batman. As such, he relies heavily on gadgets and sneak attacks. Borderlands Seamless Co-op returns. A big upgrade in Borderlands 3. The game will automatically scale enemies up or down to each player level. In other words, anyone can join anyone's game regardless of their level or mission progress. That's nice. As you may have already guessed, Borderlands 3 environments will be the most varied thanks to the story that takes Vault Hunters to many different locations outside Pandora. That was a cool teaser of the ending of Borderlands 2, where you kind of see like suddenly all this. The main thing was trying to open a vault, and then you discover this thing that shows you there's different vaults in different locations, and you're like, whoa, are we ever gonna get to travel to those locations? And it seems like that's gonna be the case. And the trailer looks cool, although I understand and agree it kind of looks very close to Borderlands 2, but Borderlands 2 was a great game. And if Destiny 2 looked very similar to Destiny 1 and it was still a good game, then I don't see what's the problem with this. Like, I see a lot of hate. I saw after reading a lot of hate for his look and for, this Borderlands 2.5 or whatever. The idea of Borderlands 2.5, let me tell you, sounds exciting because Borderlands 2 was a great game from a terrible fucking company. So,
sir,
there you go.
What are you doing July 25th through 28th, sir?
July 25th to 28th?
Yes.
Well, let me see. In the calendar, it says a whole lot of nothing.
All right. How would you be interested in going to this year's annual QuakeCon?
Woo!
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yes, that's actually what I have. I have a panel there where I'm going to be talking about Nine Inch Nails and the soundtrack of Quake, and why other versions of Quake 1 did not have the soundtrack. Hey, WTF.
Yeah.
WTF.
What the hell? id Software's annual QuakeCon will celebrate Doom in a very big way this year. In fact, id and Bethesda Softworks are calling this year's fan gathering QuakeCon the year of Doom.
I thought they were just calling it a year. Because what a year.
QuakeCon 2019 will commemorate the Doom series 25th anniversary as part of a 4-day event, which will include Doom-inspired activities, events, exclusive developer panels, hands-on demos, new information about Doom Eternal, and a few surprises that we aren't quite ready to talk about. What they mean by that is Doom for mobile. Doom Eternal is due sometime in 2019, so that the game will obviously be a big focus of this year's QuakeCon, just as the game was at last year's show. QuakeCon 2019, aka Year of Doom, will take place July 25th to the 28th at the Gaylord Texan Resort in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
That's
where they're from.
That is, yeah.
Why are they not bringing something like that here? We need a con, like a cool video game con.
We do need a video game because there's plenty of other cons.
There's plenty of cons, yeah, but I want a video game con.
I agree. It's just like non-existent here. I don't know why.
And we have a great convention center. I
agree.
I don't know how it compared to the other ones.
Who cares? It's still good.
It's still good enough. Yeah, it should.
It's basically houses so much stuff. Yeah.
Gaming industry. So you guys probably know by now that Avengers Endgame tickets went on sale yesterday, right?
Yesterday, yeah, Tuesday.
That would have been Tuesday, and it was crazy.
To say the least, yeah.
Just to say the least, yeah. Tickets for the upcoming Marvel blockbuster Avengers Endgame are now on sale. The movie hits on April 26th, and fans can pick up tickets for opening weekend, or can they? Once Marvel announced the via Twitter, accompanying a new trailer, which I haven't seen and I don't care to watch right now.
Me either.
I don't want to.
They've already shown way too much. Yeah.
They already went to show. Well, within minutes, I'm gonna go out of script over here because I know where this is going actually because I experienced it myself. Mm-hmm. Within minutes of going out, the theaters everywhere started becoming very full, especially those theaters where those premium theaters where you want to have the experience. Like over here, we have one of the big screens that we have here nearby us is Point Orlando.
Yeah.
And I was very looking forward getting tickets for there because I saw Captain Marvel on that screen, and even though the movie wasn't great, the screen itself was fantastic.
The first Avengers there.
You saw the first Avengers there? Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's
yes, it was all kinds of awesome.
It was all kinds of awesome.
Yeah.
You know that theater is huge. That is an IMAX. That's IMAX.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. So it got full. Some ticket locations you could not even it was crashing. You could not even log in. Yeah. You couldn't get tickets. That
You were online. They
the
actually
app-
said there were people on digital lines.
Yeah, on
for-
digital lines, making a line to buy your ticket in the app, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of the app if you think about it.
Yeah, especially when you consider if you're doing this online, do I have a couple hundred people in front of me or a couple million?
Yeah, exactly, because there's no count either. Obviously, it goes without saying that Avengers Endgame is said to be one of the biggest movies this year. We haven't seen any official predictions as of how well it will do. We feel likely that opening at least,
Will break
as well
records.
as it'll do as well as last year's Avengers Infinity, which scored 257 million in the first 3 days in the U.S. And then it goes to say, in addition, Endgame will open in China 2 days before the U.S. Ooh, that's not good. No,
Why?
in the sense that
Spoilers?
pirating.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah, it's true. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
said it. Yep. 2 days before the U.S., further boosting its potential global box office. In recent years, China has become an increasingly important market for big-budget Hollywood movies and yada, yada, yada. Okay, that's China, who cares? Avengers Endgame is directed by Joe and Anthony Russo. And stars, obviously, Ronnie Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Kristen Evans. All the people that you have seen for the last 10 years are there. People, they're still alive.
They're still there.
Let's be real. Nobody has, die.
the entire
super
cast you
die.
saw before will still
Will still be there,
in
yeah.
some form or another.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. Even if it's on flashbacks.
Yes.
Yeah. But
A fun fact: Fandango reported the best day ever in sales in its 19 years of being in just
There you go.
from one day. So just to let you know
there you go.
that
This thing
things
is
are
huge.
It is huge.
This thing is huge.
My last piece, guys. Apex Legends. You remember that game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, every now and then I jump in.
I can't say the same. Apex Legends' latest patch is here, but it came with a few issues. The update released on Wednesday, version 1.1, and was supposed to introduce a few quality of life changes to the game and a few outstanding bugs. Instead, it resets some players' account progress entirely. After early
that's
reports
rough.
of this bug, Apex Legends' official Twitter account noted that it was a known issue, but the developer Respawn Entertainment took no further action at that time. As more and more reports of the bug surfaced, Respawn said at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that day that it had begun to shut down some of its game servers in order to perform maintenance and try to fix the issue. In the meantime, Respawn has recommended that players who are still in-game refrain from buying or crafting any cosmetic item in hopes of avoiding the bugs. There's no word yet, and there's no
Actually, I have
update.
word.
Okay.
And I have an update.
Okay.
They fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you
So
go.
hopefully not too many people were affected by that.
Yeah, hopefully not. But if you're mad because you lost progress on Apex Legends, well, you know what?
Go play Sekiro. You'll be fine.
Activision has your back. Well, because if you're playing Apex, you probably want to play a similar game. You probably want to play
Play Activision. Play Sekiro. That's all I'm saying.
Activision has your back because Call of Duty Black Ops 4's Blackout mode is free to play this month. Wow. Are they feeling the burn of Apex?
I'm sure many people are.
Yes. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout mode is free to play for all April. And there's no April Fools. Developer Treyarch has announced that the last man standing battle royale portion of the 2018 shooter will be free for everyone to play from the 2nd to the 30th. Notice they put it on the 2nd because people would have thought that this was a joke if they put it on the first.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. Yeah. Good call, guys.
Yes. If you're playing on console, you'll need an active subscription to PSN or Xbox Live. But aside from that, there's no cost. Just download Black Ops 4 and the Blackout mode will freely be available. The announcement comes hot on the heels of Treyarch revealing a brand new map for Blackout, Alcatraz, which also goes live. This was a day ago, so yesterday. It went live yesterday on Tuesday on PS4, and it's going to come in a little later on Xbox One and PC. If you're curious about Alcatraz and its seemingly smaller scale approach to Battle Royale, then a free month seems to be the best way to satisfy your curiosity.
Nice.
So
I would agree.
Yeah, yeah.
I might just not jump in.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, wait, what?
No.
And
Sekiro has my heart. It just has my heart. It's just that's what I'm playing, guys. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice again. I would say one of my front runners so far. I wouldn't say the front runner. I would say one of my front runners.
it is, yeah, it's difficult. It has been a good year so far.
It has been.
Yeah.
I haven't even played a lot of the games that came out. I have not touched Anthem, although I do know where that will probably stand. I have not touched Metro. I have not, although I do want to. I just don't know if I get around to it. There's a lot of games I did miss. Hoping for a lull here in the summertime, and maybe I'll be able to jump back in it.
Yeah, well, that's all I have, sir.
All right, so we'll be right back, guys, with our
Hot topic.
And we're back, guys. And before we go into our hot topic, we wanted to shine a light on the little beer that we've been drinking this evening.
Yes, we have been enjoying this ever since we started the podcast, and we forgot to bring it up because we are forgetting our roots.
We are. Yes, we are forgetting our
This
roots.
is, yeah, it was a podcast about beer and games.
Beer, games, everything in between.
Movies, yeah, geek stuff.
It's a new one from, or not new one, but fairly new one from New Belgium, which I generally, if you know, Fat Tire is one of their primary brands.
I do remember Fat Tire.
Yeah, primary beers. This is called Citradelic, and it is a tangerine IPA.
I knew it.
Yes.
I knew that it had the PA on it. I knew it.
The pale ale in there?
Yes, because I saw the name Citradelic, and then I saw it said Belgium, and I'm thinking, oh, I like Belgium beer, and I don't mind the citral. Actually, I quite like the citral beers, but I don't dislike IPAs, but they're my least favorite of the whole hierarchy
of the A's.
Yeah, of the whole hierarchy of beers. It is like my least favorite. But that said, I am super enjoying this one.
Nice.
Because I feel like he doesn't know what he wants to be.
Because of that.
Is it an IPA? Is it a citrical beer? Is it, I don't know, an ale?
Yes, it is. Oh, it definitely is an ale.
Oh, it's an ale, yeah.
So yeah, it's an IPA that has hints of tangerine, and it has a very good golden color. It's very clear. It's not cloudy like any wheat beer or anything like that, or unfiltered. But it's good. It's good stuff. I like it.
I like it too. Yeah,
we're gonna perfect brew to bring in the hot topic.
I give it a like.
With you did,
which you saw. There's a picture.
You
of
did
me.
give it a like.
Yeah, I did give it a like.
Literally.
Yes.
It's right on the glass. Hot topic, guys, is regarding Microsoft and Nintendo.
They're getting married.
God, why are you keep saying that?
I'm not saying
it's
that.
It's never going to happen.
I'm not saying that.
Yes, you are.
No, I did
not. You literally just said that.
Well, that was the first time. I proposed it.
Yes, but last time you were
like
singing...
Microsoft proposed to Nintendo.
Yeah.
And now they're getting married.
I will help
So in 4 days, they will stick an annulment.
You know what it is?
Like Nicolas Cage.
Microsoft is like, here's what we do. This is what we bring to the table.
All right.
We will bring our network features. You bring the games.
I think.
Boom.
I think we're more basic than that. It's like, okay, guys, here's a proposal. We have the system. We have the most powerful console right now, but we don't have games. You guys have games, but you don't have the most powerful console. So
what do you say?
What do you say? What do you say? And then they were like, no, but let's just be friends.
Let's just, yeah. Well, I can see Nintendo doing that because Nintendo, is a little fickle.
Nintendo
can play hard to get.
No, but let's not overplay this because I don't want anybody to misunderstand. We are not saying that this is not a story about companies merging because we would know that. And if we knew that, like freaking Kotaku and Polygon will be on our dicks.
Yeah, basically. I mean, all of us how did you know?
How do you know who's your sources? No. We don't have the exclusive on that. We're just saying it is, or at least
There's an
I'm interpreting.
interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say there's
I'm
an
interpreting
interesting.
differently.
Let's be real. They're dipping their toes into each other's waters. Well,
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't sound so good, but
No.
yeah,
And
you know
also
what I mean.
not super accurate because I don't feel Nintendo is doing their part.
We don't know that yet. All we know
okay.
So the only thing that we know for sure is that a version, whatever it is, of Xbox Live, will be accessible via the Switch.
The Switch, yes.
Okay, that's really all we know.
Well, I know
Okay.
a little bit more.
Oh.
I know that Master Chief is going to be on the Super Smash Brothers.
You do not know that.
I
You may be predicting
what
that.
day is today? Today is Abril Tercero. You guys, when you hear the news, let's go back to this podcast.
That
You
said,
can say
I
it.
don't disagree with what you're saying. Clearly, even if you're forming some sort of partnership, clearly that's the easiest way to get in. To put that in. So I don't say that that's not going to happen, but that's clearly not been announced
No,
yet.
no. Also, no Mario no Nintendo character will be
Ever grace
ever.
maybe if there's some
That's not
Nintendo
happening.
app on your Xbox, it'll have his face.
Mitomo.
That's pretty much it.
The Mitomo.
Yeah, the Mitomo app that failed miserably. No. So the point of the hot topic, guys, in a serious note, is to sort of formulate first off, what do we want from this partnership? Two, what is the greatest thing that can actually come out of this partnership? And three, what is the worst thing that can happen because of this partnership? So, first and foremost, what do we want from it? Mr. Dream Twist, you actually have a Switch. You don't have an Xbox.
No.
So, what would you want out of this part? What do you think they should do? I guess is more like it.
It's difficult because what can Microsoft offer to the Nintendo?
I already know.
Huh?
I already know.
Well, expertise on the network capabilities.
Yes.
Okay,
I mean, let's
okay.
be real. Nintendo, as much as I love Nintendo, their network capabilities
Yeah.
are lacking.
They're yeah.
I mean, Sony is generally a joke, but when you throw Nintendo into the equation, you're like,
Sony has learned. I feel like
Sony-
Sony has learned their method of delivery. I mean, it's not their fault. This is not so like there's not a Sony division that is like network administration for companies or anything like that. Microsoft has that. It's in their DNA. So
Yeah.
of course, they're gonna Xbox Live, better, right?
Yeah.
But yes, as far as tangible benefits, it's difficult to predict. I would think that yes, maybe some what would you call
Server
it?
farm
Counseling
maybe or something?
Counseling, or not counseling, but that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
What is the other
We'll
word?
show you how to do this.
No. What is the other word? Consulting.
Consulting.
On the network, trying to get Nintendo a little bit more
Up to speed.
up to speed when it comes to online deliveries and stuff like that. That could help. Somehow, I don't feel like this partnership is about that. I feel like this partnership is honestly unilateral. I think this is just
Microsoft using them or trying to anyway.
almost feels like it. Here's the thing that I know. Well, that I have read from the many reports is Microsoft's strategy, as you know, is of one that is less dependent on the box itself, on their box, and more dependent on services that they can provide.
Correct.
Whether that's for better or worse, that is their strategy.
Yeah.
They realize that hey, this console generation is already lost. It doesn't matter what they do. There's no coming from it, as opposed to Sony, which on the previous generation digged itself out of the crater-like hole that they made at the very beginning to end like relatively decent,
Yeah.
on last generation. There's no such saving grace for Microsoft. This is it. I mean,
Doesn't look like they're trying either.
we are well. That's why they're counting their losses and they're thinking of the next thing. So if the next thing is putting their services, their games, and onto other devices, including gaming devices like the Microsoft Switch, because of course
The Microsoft Switch?
the Microsoft Switch. Fuck.
The
Nintendo
Nintendo
Switch. Thank you for that.
I was just about to say, is that another prediction?
I was no.
They're gonna buy Nintendo.
They're gonna buy Nintendo. That could, no, that could not happen. If no, that's my train of thought. Oh, because Lord knows that they're not gonna ask Sony. Obviously, lol, that's not gonna happen. They are Sony and Microsoft are bitter enemies, so they're not going.
Even though you saw both of them at the most recent Game Awards.
Yeah.
Actually, you saw all three of them.
Yeah, all three of them.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no. This is like
This is
when
bitter
you see,
warfare. Yeah.
This is when you see like members, Republicans and Democrats and all the parties like trying to do a bipartisan thing.
Yes.
And you see them having shaking hands and
being
smiling
cordial.
and being cordial,
Yeah.
but in reality, it's warfare.
They're like,
So-
whatever.
so-
Sony's out there going.
Yeah,
Whatever, guys.
Sony's out there being like, I don't need this. Let them have cake.
Yeah.
That's Sony right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Microsoft and Nintendo, on the other hand, they're forging this partnership, but I feel like this is more in the benefit of.
It is
I wanna
more of the
say
benefit,
in the benefit
of
of
Microsoft.
Of Microsoft. Yeah, I guess
I would say that.
in the sense of since since Xbox, we're not killing the brand, but this generation is lost. How about we start getting recognized? We start getting name recognition with another brand which is dearly beloved, which is Nintendo, and there's a lot of Nintendo users out there.
Yeah.
And how about we put the Xbox Live ecosystem, not taking over, obviously not, it's not something that's meant to take over the Switch, right? It's not that. But it's like, hey, the delivery system, for some experiences, maybe some games might come out, maybe streaming might be possible.
I'm glad you mentioned that, sir, because
Yeah.
that was coming to my I'm gonna say prediction, but let's just say pie in the sky.
Yes.
Right. We all know about that Microsoft X Cloud, right? We all know that Phil Spencer was very, very excited after the announcement of Stadia, Google Stadia.
Yeah.
What if one of the early features that would be included would be an X Cloud feature on a Switch, right? The Switch doesn't have to actually run the actual thing, but it can possibly stream it in some way.
Yeah.
Well, we can go into if it'll look good, or we can go into that later. But let's just say, for instance, this is one of the things they're doing. They do want to be. It's not about the Xbox console. It's about play anywhere. Well, what if anywhere extends to now a Nintendo Switch, where again it's not running it there, it's simply streaming it there, and that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. In Japan, there's already games that are streamed to the Switch. Capcom released Resident Evil 7 on the Switch, and obviously Resident Evil 7 as it is, right now, it doesn't run natively on the Switch. It's being streamed.
Yeah.
But it works, and they sell you that. So who's to say that Microsoft cannot offer a similar service? What if games? What is what is it called? What do they call it? Games, not Xbox Live, but the other one.
Games will go.
Games will go. Yeah. What if suddenly you're paying that and you have access to those Xbox games, the Xbox library on your Switch?
Oh, Games Pass.
Or Game Pass. Game Pass. Yeah, that's the one. Games Pass on your Switch. That would be phenomenal.
That's an interesting perspective.
That's an interesting perspective, but does that benefit Nintendo in some way, would you think?
It does if you don't have if you have no intention of buying an Xbox console. It benefits them to say, because then you go, well, hey, like for me, perfect example, I don't have an Xbox console, I don't have a Switch. Will I be more inclined to buy a Switch now to know that not only am I getting Switch and all its Switch games, but also sort of a doorway into whatever Xbox has to offer?
That's true, yeah.
And whatever's on Games Pass now can just be streamed here and no big deal. And I'm only paying $10 a month.
That's true.
For saying, which let me tell you, Microsoft will take my $10 a month over me buying a console. because $10 a month is continuous.
It's recurring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then
And it costs them nothing.
exactly.
I mean, bandwidth,
Yeah,
but compared to R&D into a new
Yeah.
console and marketing and all that.
Exactly. So that would be an interesting. Now, let's talk about what Nintendo can bring to Microsoft, or what they can give Microsoft. They have to give them something, right? Because
Well, I feel like the exposure is a strong point, just because I feel
It is a strong point, yeah,
Nintendo's demographic is a different demographic that, for the most part, I'm not being. So I don't want to sound super generalistic or anything like that, but for the most part, there's a young demographic there that there's an opportunity that Microsoft can capitalize. So they don't really have to give them much more than that. Yeah, there might be some.
Well, they don't have to give them much more now, but if they do that, that's a big. That's not a small thing.
No, that's not a small thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Nintendo might not need to do much, because what they're offering right now is a huge thing. I mean, they're basically letting them sit at the table, and share with their with their people, with their brethren.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that, but you
Break
get
bread. They can break bread
they can
together.
break bread. There you go. Exactly. That alone could be very beneficial to Microsoft. And yes, you will see here and there they possibly gain collaboration. Like, let me tell you, the other day, what we didn't think possible happened, which was there was a Ubisoft game with Nintendo characters. You know, Mario and the Rabbit.
Yes.
And that was successful.
That was successful.
You're seeing
This is also. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt.
No. This was relatively recent, and it was relatively successful.
Very
also.
successful.
Very
Yeah.
successful, I would say. To the point where now, look at what happened the other day. We have a Zelda game that is not really your typical Zelda game. It's kind of like a take on, if you guys have ever played the game Crypt of the Necromancer. Is that game, well, I don't want to be reductive and say, is that game risking with Zelda? It's actually a Zelda take on that, of that gameplay, which sounds amazing.
Yeah,
in a literal sense, it sounds amazing because the music of that game was amazing.
Yeah, yes, it does. Yeah, but also, yeah, it does look very good. And if you play Crypto Necromancer, you'll know that. Oh man, this is a very cool game, and to include Link and all its
Zelda.
Aspect,
you could evidently you could play a Zelda as well.
Nice, yeah.
So as you can see, Nintendo is being a little bit more open about using allowing third parties to use their property. Of course. I mean, I don't know what super mega restrictions they're imposing, but the fact that it's happening alone is a testament, already, because it didn't used to be like that at all. Not since the days of the 3DO or that Philips CDI actually.
Philips, CDI,
yeah, where they deliver the literal worst Zelda trilogy, the unholy. What do they call it?
It was a trilogy. I remember one game.
There were three. There were three games. They call it the unholy Triforce.
Triforce. Yeah.
Yes, because they were terrible. And same thing with Mario, Hotel Mario or something like that. It was a game that was kind of awful.
Yeah.
So
but I think they've opened up with their properties.
Yes.
I don't know if they would hand a property off, and if they did, it would probably be more of an obscure property. Not obscure, but obviously not one of the top of the line.
Well, that's what you said. But then think about again, they allow Ubisoft to handle Mario.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah,
so
it is.
So I'm not saying I'm not talking about a Microsoft.
But that was also
what you call a Microsoft made developed game about. I'm not saying a Mario game from Microsoft. What I'm saying is collaboration into creating between both parties, if allowed, if possible. I don't even know that that's on the table. It just, you ask me what I like, what I would want from it, and that sounds like really cool.
Here's what I would want from it, and this would definitely move units for Microsoft, and that is Virtual Console. If they were to bring, doesn't have to include everything. It can be a truncated version of it.
Did you just say virtual consoles can move units, like Xbox units?
If an Xbox One S at $150, why not?
I don't know if it's moving the units of the Wii.
I guarantee.
Not the
if
Wii,
the
but
Virtual Console, the way it was on the Wii, if that bad boy came to the Switch now, let me tell you, they would have an influx of just sales out of nowhere.
I think you might be putting a little bit too much.
No, I don't think I am. I don't think I am.
On the Virtual Console.
I think you forget how many. Okay, so
there's a lot of great games. Yeah,
it's a buttload of great games in there.
Here's the thing: it'll literally have to be what we thought it would be with the Wii, and it never was, which is every fucking game. It can't be like, oh, we're gonna give you this 10 games, and then next month we're gonna give you this.
Do you remember the Virtual Console? Dude,
I
they
remember.
had Sega Genesis games. They had Sega Master System games.
Well, you get that
they
already
had
on
Nintendo
Xbox.
64.
You get that. Well, you don't get Nintendo 64,
Yeah.
but you get Sega games. On it, you get Super Graphic games on it.
Perhaps, but they're like what, in a collection with a bunch of stuff, or
I don't know. I don't know on Xbox. I'm just saying that they're there. I don't think. I don't feel like I could be wrong, but I don't feel like the Virtual Console in itself is the thing that will move the needle, unless it was something.
It will move the needle. I mean, I'm not going to say suddenly they've caught up to Sony, but they are it's definitely going to move the needle.
It didn't for the Wii U though. The Wii U had a Virtual Console.
No, it didn't have the same. It didn't have the same Virtual Console. That's the problem. it was some
But it
weird
had a Virtual
shit.
Console though.
No, it was missing. It was missing all that other good stuff.
But you can play the Wii. You can load the Wii on it and
my
play
God.
it with the console game. All I'm saying is like just a collection of all games is not the thing that's gonna move consoles. Otherwise, emulation those things that emulate a bunch of games.
You're saying that a collection of old games will not move units.
They will not move Xbox.
And yet, well, again, I'm not saying it's suddenly going to move 10 million units.
No.
Okay, I'm saying it's going to suddenly move the needle a little bit, and it's something. Again, it's something else that they're giving to Microsoft.
It's a value add. It was a value add.
You say that the old games don't move units, and yet when the mini Nintendo and the mini Super Nintendo came out, that thing was ridiculously flying off the shelves all over the place, and they'll have just a few games.
I tell you why. It was never because of the games. It was not because of the games.
It was because of the games.
No.
I mean, yes, it's also a collector's item. I get it.
The games you could get, you can emulate those games if you wanted to play them easily on anything. On Android, you can emulate those.
Yeah, but is it the same thing?
Well, close enough.
No, it's not.
It is.
Play it on a phone? It is not the same thing.
I'm not saying play on... Well, actually, you can get with a controller, which you compare to an Android. Yes, I've seen it. It is good enough, if not better, actually, than what the Virtual Console gave you, because suddenly you can actually better the graphics, or you can move things, or you can.
Who's going to go through all that? That's what I'm trying to say.
The people that want, the fans that want to play, the ones that want to play. That's what I'm saying.
That's the reason that this will move units. You just said it. Who would buy an Xbox One just to play Virtual Console? The fans who want to play it.
No, but we're not talking about a $99 little tiny unit.
We are.
We're talking about a $200.
We are if it's the Xbox One S.
That's not gonna move units, bro. Because you're giving
the
too
Xbox
much.
One S is only $150 right now.
$150 on a fire sale. The regular price is $200.
Not the X.
I know the S.
Oh, okay.
The S is.
I've seen it for $149
I know, but
many a times.
Yeah,
okay?
but that's not the regular price. That's probably the Fallout 76 bundle, and it's because that Fallout 76 is bringing it down.
It sure is. It's weighing that bad boy down.
The reason why everybody went batshit crazy about those little consoles is because they were cute boxes, collector's items. They look nice. They didn't have anything to do with, I'm gonna get to play 1942
I think
because
maybe not 1942, but it
did. Mario or whatever. What is it, Contra? Because those. No, those are games that you can play. They're available everywhere and anywhere. You don't have to have a little console for that. So and the people that wanted it,
Nintendo literally resells this to everyone all the time.
Yes,
they are masters of repackaging their stuff.
Yes, they
and
do.
reselling it.
But you know what?
And this is just what that is.
You know why? No, it's because they're selling it is because they already have the delivery system in place. They already have the console. You have the console at hand. Okay, cool. I want to play some Contra Alien Wars again.
And it was same thing on an Xbox console.
Exactly. If you already own it. If you don't own it, you're saying this will move units. And
it will
my
at a
argument is that
$150 unit. It would if it's $150. Yes, no one's going to buy an Xbox One X for that.
No, an S. Nobody's going to buy an Xbox One. But first of all, nobody should be buying an Xbox One S, period. Not the S, if you're gonna do that. But that said, suddenly all the Nintendo games being playable on the S, I don't think anybody will be like, oh yeah, I'm down to pay $200 to play all the games, because they're not saying all the games will come in for free. They're saying,
I know
it's going to be available.
Yeah, I know.
You have to pay for them. Yeah. You're not going to do
the
that.
virtual console
You're not going to do that, sir. I guarantee you're not going to do that.
Here's my problem. My problem is that I have a Wii packed up with a bunch of games that I don't want to take out just to put in. Yes, I would find some ridiculous reason to make sense of that purchase, sir. And I would not. I dare to say I will not be the only one.
No, I think. For buy an Xbox for Nintendo game.
I mean,
for the classic.
You will also obviously be, because you have an Xbox now. You'll have Xbox One games to play.
No, but
whatever those are.
What I'm saying is like, no, I don't feel like anybody's gonna be like, oh, you know what? Now I can play Virtual Console, Nintendo games on the Xbox. It's time to buy me an Xbox at $200. No one is going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. Not even This is a dead argument. You know this is not right.
And yet it will. I know it should be wrong. It should not work. And yet I have a feeling it would. This is just me. I really think
this is just you.
Yeah, I know it's probably just me. I really think that they have to give more to Xbox. If this partnership is going to work, they have to go. And I'm pretty sure we will walk away from this year's E3 Microsoft conference going, whoa, I didn't see that happening.
Wait. Do you think would we see Phil Spencer at the Treehouse?
Honestly, I think Phil Spencer would do it. I think, honestly, especially if there's a partnership in the works like this, I think he would do it. And I think we would see Miyamoto over here.
I could definitely, I could definitely see it. I mean, not both at the same time, because then it's either one or the other, because both at the same time it's going to feel
Why
like,
not?
okay.
They literally,
it sounds like a cap.
It does, but at the same time, guess what? They literally own E3 now.
Oh, yeah.
Because right now there is no other voice on the other end.
Microsoft won E3 by default because Sony was a no-show.
Hey, if we walk away from this E3 going, man, there is, I mean, mind blown at every other angle. All this stuff. So honestly, it could happen. Now, is it going to happen? Who knows? But I think obviously there is a lot planned. Phil Spencer's excited. Because he's excited, I'm excited. And, I was like, okay. Because,
Say what you will about Microsoft and the Xbox and how that has gone. But at least we know that it's in good hands. And we know that some decisions were probably smartly taken. I can see I can see him being like, whether other companies will be struggling and trying to like make the Xbox relevant. He's probably like, yeah, you know what? It's not going to work. We're going to have to start refocusing our efforts on the next generation right now and putting up. Because if you think about it, what else is there to be released, for Microsoft? What other game? What's the big? Well, yes, Halo. But didn't they just announce it's coming on PC also? So it kind of like devalues the whole thing of...
Devalues the Xbox, yeah.
And that's it. And it's hard. It's really hard to get excited about... I mean, I am, because I am a Halo fan, but like it's day by day. I can see people falling out of that series, because that series is not what it was before.
Correct. And if you are an Xbox fan who has been ride or die since Xbox One, I mean, you got to be going to yourself, man. We need a win here.
We need to restart.
We need something going on.
We need a mulligan.
We're 5 years too late for mulligan.
Yeah.
But
no. Well, we need a remaster. I guess it'll be a
remaster. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the next, whatever the next generation, the next Xbox is. That is, and now I'm not talking about also this this
What if
Xbox
the
that
next
is coming without a drive.
What if the next Xbox
Mhm.
can literally natively stream to a Switch?
Mhm. Well, that's what I mentioned before. Xbox.
No, I'm
games,
saying like literally
streaming-
the PlayStation Vita does for the PlayStation 4, or like the Wii U whatever did for the actual Wii U.
That is very possible. You can stream Xbox game on PC. I don't see why not on a Switch.
You just do it right from there.
Yeah.
You can have the Xbox One turn on. You basically have it just, you turn the TV off and it just have it automatically.
What if there's no box and you stream it from the cloud?
Hello, I said the xCloud, yeah. yeah, that could be it too. Yeah, that could be it too.
What if Nintendo plays Stadia games?
Yeah, we're not talking about Stadia today, guys. All right, so what are the potential pitfalls again for something like this? What can possibly go wrong in a situation like this? Other than, the most immediate thing is the two companies just hate each other after a while. like a
bad partnership.
Like a Bungie Activision type thing.
No, but because both companies are retaining their ownership and they're respecting
no,
their
definitely,
boundaries.
yeah.
So
we will hope.
we will hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would think so. I don't think. I don't know. Like, I don't see any company, either one of the companies doing something that will piss off the other as far as like infringe.
Yeah.
On,
I don't think that would
stuff.
happen.
So
That's just
they're
waiting to
careful
happen,
about that. Yeah, exactly. But what could happen was, honestly, the worst thing that could happen is that this gets announced and it's out, and gamers are indifferent. Like gamers
That
are
does
just,
nothing.
Like it's not moving anything. Yeah, because Nintendo games are the Nintendo games. Those are the games that the Nintendo fans want to play.
Do you think that Nintendo fans and Xbox fans aren't the same people? Like they generally two demographics?
There's definitely there is definitely some there's definitely a group that are
Crossover?
for
Crossover. There's
yeah,
some
there's
crossover,
a crossover, yeah. But for the most part, I would say it's like almost like Apple and PC. The people that like their Apple computers, regardless of the benefit or the problem or the
hindrances?
challenges, the hindrances, they're still Apple super fans. And same thing with PC. That could be the problem that I could see of the partnership. Like the worst thing that could happen is total gamer indifference. Like, okay, what does this mean? This just
means nothing.
I mean,
to me.
it looks it's cool. I can play Minecraft, and I can get achievement on some of my games on the Switch. Like, who cares? That's nothing.
Or somebody can say, "Oh, great, I can play Gears of War 4 by streaming it onto my Switch."
But I'd rather.
Would I ever do that?
Yeah.
No,
Would I ever? Exactly. They will have to. This will have to be some sort of like megaton, like incredible, something that is very, very, very cool, very, very out there to penetrate the minds of gamers. Because just saying, oh, and you can gain, you can gain achievements, or you can see what your friends are doing on your Switch. Like that's nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's a half measure.
Yeah.
And to do something like that, and if that's what they come to with E3, let me tell you, I'm gonna be like, you guys just wasted everybody's time.
Yeah.
Because this is not this isn't a partnership. This is literally saying, hey, here's some leaderboards that you can put on your site.
Yeah.
To reflect whatever.
Yeah, this is not gonna get anybody excited. I mean, people. It's not gonna switch in the middle. It's not gonna suddenly get Sony players to look the other way. Be like, oh wow, this other consoles are actually starting to look interesting.
So speaking of Sony, what would Sony's response be to this? So something like this. If it's as crazy as we're painting it,
Sony
but right now we don't know. They don't care now.
No, but I think the attitude of Sony is like we still don't know what is the game plan for Sony's next generation. there's still nothing said about it.
No, not at all. We know it exists. PlayStation 5's out there in boxes.
Yeah,
Dev
exactly.
kits
Or maybe that is the whole point. That is the whole thing. It's like you guys do your crazy streamings and your stuff like that. Yeah. How cute. Yeah, we're going to be here preparing consoles for console gamers because turns out console gamers like their consoles. So honestly, good luck with your streaming.
Yeah.
Although
I'm pretty sure they'll have some streaming something, but I don't know. I think this is going to be for Sony. Depending on E3, obviously this is going to be a wait and see. Because they can come out of E3, Microsoft and Nintendo out of E3, blowing us away with all these crazy stuff. Like you said, Sony can just say, "Well, we'll see," because if it's player indifference, then
they don't have to worry about. Yeah, they don't have to do anything. Yeah. But as far as Sony streaming, I'm not sure how I feel. I'm not sure where I will hedge my bet on that yet.
Oh no,
because
streaming games all the time.
Games,
no, I don't think so.
Because I don't feel like they have I don't feel like they have the infrastructure to suddenly service their Sony population. Now, I'm not talking about just playing PlayStation 3 games on it. I'm talking about suddenly all the games are
new games and everything.
Yeah. So if anything, they probably could taking a hybrid approach. But I don't see the benefit of exactly how I will have to think a little bit more about how that will be beneficial. Because why would I stream a game that I could buy?
I agree.
Play on the console directly.
Which is
if I have the box, I can understand the case for Stadia because Stadia there's no box from the get go, and the idea is sound. For Microsoft, I want to see. I mean, they have definitely expressed interest in streaming. I still believe that.
I think for them it would be very smart to say let's stream to a Switch.
But because
because I don't know if Stadia will ever come to a Switch. You know what I mean? It's like, well, hey, let us still give us a market that
let's join because we have suddenly now we don't have to compete against Sony because he wants to do its own cute box thing. The big player here seems to be Google, and we don't know what we're facing. I mean, I'm not saying that's what they're thinking or that's the case, but there's a potential there because Google. Yes, they can botch this and this becomes nothing, or they could actually become the player now on this
on the market,
especially if the barrier of entry is so low as to hey, you want to play that game, just press that button and you're in. So we'll
play
see
well
on that one.
But we'll see. All right, sir. Well, that brings us to the end of an awesome episode. The real episode 154. Declaring it.
The episode 154.
154.
The one that came in the middle of the week.
Yes.
So if amazing megatons happen in the middle, in the other half, don't blame us.
Yes. We weren't there to talk about it.
We weren't there. No, exactly.
Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. As always, please, again, go to goodgame.tech, join the conversation, and please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone, all your friends, on family. And please tune in next week. This is Maddog signing off for this week. Mr. Santos, take us home, brother.
It sucks that it feels like a Friday, but it's not really a Friday. Although it is a Saturday for you guys, so happy Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Exactly. Just know that for you to enjoy this, there were some sacrifices that had to be made in the middle of the week, and now I have to prepare the shit that I was gonna take tomorrow to work and prepare my clothes and stuff because I work tomorrow. You won't. Because it's TV day. Woo!
I am off because of TV day. And
TV.
TV.
Details coming soon.
Microsoft coming to the house. No, just kidding. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. GG!